Kolobe Koloi has a new home, and with the new normal, Koloi was first issued with a face mask before being received at the Chishire home for the elderly in Nairobi's Kariobangi area. A cup of tea and a hot meal was then served to him. Koloi had been living in the bush in Dairy Village, Kiambu County.
Nilikuja hapa wakati ya Kenyatta. Kwa mwaka karibu 20 bila kuenda nyumbani. Mwaka 2002 gari kakwanga. Gari kakanyaga, kaenda kakaa Kenyatta. Nikatoka hapo, tujui hata mbele ilikuwa mwaka gani.
A well-wisher came to his rescue after his plight was highlighted in the media.
Niliamua kukaa mzito, kwa hiyo mzee yuko hapo na mimi sina nguvu nyingine aweze kufanya kazi.
Benson Mwenda, the national chairman of Matatu Transport Vehicles Association, relocated Koloi to Cheshire home.
Tuweza kuomba serikali hawa wazee wakongwe wawe wakiangaliwa na kukue kama even the county government ya kama ya Kiambu ama zile zingine ziwe zikiweka pahali ya nyumba ya wazee. Mtu akiwa mkongwe ajiwezi na hana mtu anaweza muangalia, anaweza kupelekwa pale na kuweza kuangaliwa ili aishi maisha mazuri kuliko kutekeleza wazee wetu wakati wa zaseka.
Tumaini yetu kama wanakijiji wa Deri, tunatumainia ya kwamba huyu mzee pahali ataenda na wenye wamejitolea kumchukua atapata matibabu kamili, atapata afya njema.
Koloi, who is still nursing a broken hand, hopes to trace his family back in Lodwar once he settles in the home. Irene Mchuma, Odim, Channel 1. The rehabilitation of police stations across the country in the ambitious program dubbed National Cleanup Campaign has seen some stations undergo a complete facelift. Construction works are still ongoing at Ngong Police Station in an initiative supported by the national government.
The government has done very well so far in regard to, supporting the entire national police service fraternity.
Ngong OCPD Rashid Muhammad said the purpose of the cleanup is to change the image of station to appeal to Kenyans as part of enhancing service delivery in the fight against crime.
The purpose and intention of the whole exercise is to be customer-oriented and responsive to the needs of our community. In that regard, I want to sincerely thank in a very special way the community that resides within this locality.
Rashid, with the support of the OCS Philip Olekidi, said the renovations will target to improve several areas, among them the cells, to make them more user-friendly. The facelift will be complete in November.
The National Government Constituency Development Fund Board has slammed companies and institutions trying to rate how CDF was being utilized.
The MPs have no direct role in management of the fund. The MPs play representation and oversight role and legislative role in the fund. So any agency purporting to be assessing MPs in terms of implementation of National Government CDF may not be having a correct interpretation of the law.
The CEO said the board has generated 41 billion shillings for the year 2020-2021 financial year, where each constituency gets equal share of 138 million shillings that translate to 2% of the national budget.
The allocation for the national government CDF for this particular financial year is 41.7 billion shillings in 2020-2021 financial year. This translates to an average of 137 million per constituency, and that one is a figure that each constituency in the country is getting this financial year.
Kiambaa Fund manager says the fund has gone a long way in supporting the constituents, noting that if the fund can be added, more projects will be initiated to uplift the livelihood of Kenyans.
The needs of the people are still increasing, so we cannot say that fund is enough, and if it's added more, it will go to benefiting the people on the ground.
For Channel 1 News, I'm Ben Troinjue.
It took them years' worth of effort to build, only to lose it all in a single morning. These residents of Peponi Latumaini village in Isiolo County say they have nowhere else to go after losing their homes in a land dispute.
Leo kwa asubuhi mimi kidogo nilikaenda kibarua, baadaye nikapata simu nikaambiwa nije pande hii. Nikachukua pikipiki nikaja. Kukuja nimekuta hapa manyumba tuliweka vibanda kama pale kulikuwa kwangu, na mna hii tumekuta wamevunja.
The residents say they have lived on this 10-acre piece of land for years, and they are finding it hard to come to terms with claims that the land belongs to someone else.
Sisi adija tunyang'anye mradi yetu. Zamani tunatengeneza nyumba ya nyasi. Watu hapa nafanya si Borana, si Mero, si Samburu, si kila kabila. Hapa tunacheza vizuri, kwa hata sisi tuchezeka. Sisi wasijana sana.
As the families ponder their next move, Janet Ndinyari says she is worried about the well-being of her children.
Sasa tunataka kuomba serikali yetu ya Isiolo, ya kaunti ya Isiolo, tafadhali sana mchukue hii issue ikiwa ya muhimu sana, mtusaidie bila tutaweza kujenga hapa.
Tunashindwa serikali, ni kwa nini serikali inatutupa? Hatuna haki kama Wakenya.
The families say they have reported the matter to the Directorate of Criminal Investigation and are hoping to get justice. Purity Museo, Channel 1 News.
Okay. Thank you, Betty. We are coming to you live from Osiligi Primary School here in Kajiado West constituency, where currently there is a dialogue underway between the county government of Kajiado and the residents of this county. And to help us get what is going on, I'm joined here by the head of the program and nominated MCA from the County Assembly of Kajiado.
Yes, we are here in Osiligi Primary School in Kajiado West, and we are very happy to be here to educate and inform the citizenry of Kajiado about engaging in public participation, their responsibilities as citizens of this county to be able to be informed citizens, especially the issues of women, the issues of youth, and the issues of people living with disabilities have come out very clearly that the citizens want to be engaged. The citizens want to know how the budget process is taking place. So we are very glad that this program has been brought here in Kajiado West to be able to reach out to the citizens on the issues of even the Constitution and how they should be engaged in the public participation process. Thank you.
And can you tell us, this is the first session being held here in Kajiado West?
No, this is the third session. We have had it in Kajiado North, in Ngong Town, and in Ongata Rongai. And now we are here in Kajiado West, in the outskirts of the main towns, so that we can be able to reach the citizens who are the rural areas, to be able to inform them and increase their awareness and civic awareness on why they should engage in the public processes and engagement in their governance issues.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Next, I'm joined by the nominated MCA in the County Assembly of Kajiado. Please tell us what the county is doing to address all the problems that have been raised here.
Thank you so much. My name is Grace Salau, nominated MCA from Ewaso Ward. We have talked a lot about budget making, implementation, and we have educated our people that they have the supreme powers and they are able to change even the project that has been put in the budget. And actually, it is an eye-opener for these people. And because we've been calling them for public participation, and they have not been coming because they don't know their powers. They don't know that they can change their project, they can change what will be done to them. So I really want to appreciate Uraia and the other organization because of the good work that they are doing in Kajiado. It is the first one that I have attended in my ward, in my constituency, and I really appreciate, and I believe that it is going to change the mind of our people and our citizens. So we really want to appreciate you, and I know this one is going to be a life-changing program.
And we have had from the questions that have been raised here by the public, as the chair of the Budget and Appropriation Committee in the County Assembly of Kajiado, what is, just in a nutshell, in brief, what is the County Assembly doing to address the funds being set aside for people, women, for the women and the people living with disabilities?
I am the vice chair for implementation committee. I'm not a member of budget committee, but the budget process is being done by the whole assembly because it is being passed by the whole assembly, and it has been working well. We've been putting money on the women docket, on the youth docket, and all other departments, like in education that I'm a member. We are able to give bursary. Classes have been constructed, and that is the money that is in the budget. So, and it is my business as a committee member and the members of the implementation committee is to follow up with the executive that to make sure that that money has been used and the projects has been done in the county.
Yes, just in brief, the session here is to involve residents of Kajiado West to bring to their knowledge about the processes, the budget allocation processes at the County Assembly of Kajiado, so that they can also know what is allocated for them in particular projects. Thank you, Betty. Back to you in studio.
After a long break of over 6 months due to COVID-19 pandemic, which brought sporting activities to a standstill globally, soccer actions resume in Africa mid this month. The CAF Champions League enters the semi-final stage, first leg encounter with Moroccan clubs clashing with their Egyptian counterparts. This Saturday, 17th October 2020, Wydad Casablanca host Al Ahly. Catch all the action live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. tonight on KBC Channel 1.
Top Mashariki kama kawaida nilivyokuambia imesha take over.
Penzi we unakwamisha, kila kitu we unatarisha, mwenzako siku hizi sipati picha, mwendoni wako bembono unarakisha, hivyo vituko unafanya kumbuka na moyo mie.
We engaged SRC, and SRC came up with standardized or uniform payments to these to the frontline workers, and through the Ministry of Health, we were given 2.36 billion.
Rais amefanya vyema kufungua nchi ili tuweze kupata kuenda kufanya biashara hapa na pale.
Today, however, the positivity rate has fallen from 13% in June, 7% in August, and now stands at 4.4%.
Speaking in Garissa Town, Interior Chief Administrative Secretary Hussein Dado said vetting of double-registered people was launched in November last year, and genuine Kenyans who registered as refugees will be issued with ID cards by March next year.
Kwamba hii vetting kama imeenda sawa sawa na kile kazi imefanyika ni kazi ya ajabu. Kwa hivyo hatutakuwa na tashwishi, inshallah mambo yatakuwa mazuri.
Thereafter, they will be deregistered from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees database. Ijara Member of Parliament Sophia Abdi Nur asked the
United Nations High Commission to relocate the camp to Somalia, and with the government showing no
wapate maisha yao vile inavyotakikana kama Wakenya wengine. Yale tunataka hiyo exercise ile ilifanywa wakati wa RRI utufuatilie so tupate hiyo IDs. Lakini Rais Kenyatta amehakikisha ya kuwa hili jambo limekamilishwa na watoto wetu na watu wetu wamepata fursa yao. Wamepata fursa yao ya kuwa wao ni wananchi halisi.
UNHCR is closing down 5 camps at Dadaab which were home to more than 600,000 refugees, majority of them from Somalia. However, the number has drastically reduced following voluntary repatriation of the refugees. It's estimated that the number could now be less than 300,000.
Speaking in Murang'a County during a security operation, Central Regional Commissioner Wilson Nyagwanga said his team will not leave any stone unturned until they locate and arrest all illicit brewers in the region.
Shirika la Nakada ambaye ndio naangalia maneno ya hivi vinywaji wametusaidia sisi katika kupata technology in terms of these drones kuangalia. Tumeshaangalia leo ndio naona maofisa waliameamkia asubuhi na tumenasa quite a number of those staff.
Nyagwanga lamenting the rise of the vice since the government relaxed some of the COVID-19 restrictions, including the resumption of bar operations.
I want to appeal to those people wale wanafanya hii biashara. Ita wasalende kwa sababu sisi hatutachoka, tutahakikisha wametoka hiyo area na wananchi wapate nafasi ya kufanya kazi ya maendeleo katika hii area.
Central Nakada Director Victor Okemwa, who had accompanied the regional commissioners on his part, called for concerted efforts to curb the vice.
Nataka kuuliza maafisa wote wa usalama kwamba
priority ipewe kwa kupigana na madawa na pombe haramu katika ile nchi hii, ili ndio tuweze kuachieve ile agenda ya serikali ya universal healthcare. Surveys nyingi tumefanya mashule ambao inaonyesha kwamba tuna shida ya madawa katika mashule zetu.
A recent report by NACADA reveals that alcoholism remains a major concern in the central region, with about 12% of the population abusing alcohol. Purity Museo, Channel 1 News.
The Ministry of ICT is investing in online platforms to have youths get paid for services done. 300 public service online experts have been deployed to counties to train youth on available online jobs. While in Kisii, Chief Administrative Secretary Maureen Mbaka said the region has benefited from 6 experts mandated to sensitize local youth on how to utilize county information hubs.
6 to see young people and empower young people to earn a decent wage from digital and digitally enabled jobs. This is where either you can work online and get paid online without meeting the other party, or you can put your work online and people can sit there, and contact you for you to be able to earn a decent wage for yourself. Computers and free internet so that they can be able to work online.
She also wants young people to utilize government's youth enterprise funds to uplift their livelihoods. Irene Mchuma Udim, Channel 1.
Almost 3/4 of the world's antibiotics are used in intensively farmed animals in practices such as the raising of fast-growing meat, chicken, and routine mutilation of piglets. These animals are all housed in stressful, cramped conditions that provide the perfect breeding ground for the spread of infection and the emergence of disease. These farming exercises, experts say, are harmful to humans when meat is consumed. The World Animal Protection Poll shows that 88% of the respondents were concerned about the possibility of antibiotic-resistant mechanisms coming from farm animals due to overuse of antibiotics in animals.
People are beginning to connect and understand that antibiotics being used in production systems are being used for 3 principal things. One, antibiotics are being used to as growth promoters, although this is slowly being exited from, because people have realized that antibiotics as growth promoters are going to cause problems in the production system.
At a time when the COVID-19 pandemic continues to ravage the world, the antibiotic resistance reduces the chances of survival for those infected, as most pulmonary infections through which COVID-19 manifests are treated using antibiotics.
Government needs to ensure that they are doing monitoring to ensure that antibiotics are being used appropriately in the production system. 2, government needs to ensure that we have the right infrastructure in terms of we have the right law, we have the right regulations that drive the use of antibiotics in appropriate ways.
Currently, 700,000 people die each year from infections that cannot be treated by antimicrobials, and by 2050, this is expected to rise to 10 million people each year. This even as the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization has embarked on the process of tripling production of its day-old indigenous chicks following a rise in demand. Under a partnership with the World Bank, the research institution will be producing 240,000 chicks every month from the current 78,000.
We want to move to about 200 and something, about maybe 240 per month. And going forward, we hope we'll be able to meet most of the demand of the farmers. And the reason why we also developed the indigenous chicken was that we wanted a chicken which can be able to be fed using products which farmers can access easily within their farms.
The new indigenous chicken has higher productivity that will go into supplying local demand for eggs and reduce the need for imports from neighboring countries.
Most of the feed is, we use fish meal, which is very expensive. So we are trying to look at cheaper sources of protein to be able to reduce the cost of feed. Because I think 70% of what goes into poultry production is feed.
Cost of feeds, however, continues to be the biggest challenge facing poultry production, raising the cost of Kenyan-produced eggs. KALRO is exploring research partnerships to find a cheaper feed to reduce the production cost. Betty Kiptum, Channel 1 Business. Last week, nearly 900,000 people filed new claims for jobless benefits, the highest number since August. Analysts have called for aid to prevent the economic recovery from stalling. But politicians in Washington have been at odds over a deal for months, with talks in recent weeks overshadowed by the upcoming presidential election and disputes over the Supreme Court. This spring, as the pandemic cast more than 20 million Americans out of work, the U.S. government approved more than $3 trillion in relief money. As of September, the poverty rate stood at 16.7%, up from 15.3% in February and 14.3% in May, with higher rates among children and minorities, according to calculations by researchers at Columbia University. Elsewhere, the first passengers from New Zealand have arrived in Australia under new travel bubble arrangements between the two countries. None of the passengers on the flight from Auckland to Sydney will be required to quarantine in Australia. However, they will have to pay for their own quarantine in a hotel when they return to New Zealand. At the moment, the bubble is one-sided, with Australians not allowed to enter New Zealand. Australia and New Zealand are among the first countries in the Asia-Pacific region to loosen restrictions on international travel since COVID-19 travel bans came into effect earlier this year. Finally, tougher Tier 2 COVID restrictions will put up to 250,000 jobs at risk in London's hospitality sector, according to the industry's trade body. From Saturday, households will not be allowed to mix indoors, including in pubs and restaurants. UK Hospitality Chief Executive Kate Nichols said that without additional government support, thousands of jobs in the capital will go. The trade body has written to the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, warning that elevating the capital's coronavirus risk level will be incredibly damaging without additional financial support.
Speaking during the inspection tour of the slaughterhouse project, Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa accompanied European Union Ambassador Simon Modio, together with Baringo Governor Stanley Kiptis. Wamalwa said the project will improve breeding for better quality meat.
Tunataka to improve on the quality. Na ndio sababu nafurahia sana yale PS Harry Kimtai amesema hapa.
Maoi ya Batoya will be constructed at a cost of 141 million shillings. Once complete, it will facilitate slaughter of 200 heads of cattle in a day.
Like 50 small and medium-sized enterprises support in the whole of the county, that we can support the farmers also from, instead of perhaps having to sell their livestock to be transported to Nairobi and the pockets of rich people in Nairobi made even fatter, much more of that money, much more of that value can be left in this county.
I want to appreciate the PSS, what you have done. PS Environment, you were there the other day, he was there the other time, and all other PSS. And I want to request it, Wamalwa, my friend, that if we can still have more PSS, and then we come and discuss on these issues of floods in Baringo, it will be of great help.
Wamalwa, however, noted the project has not met expectations of the donors, given the slow pace of the construction.
Kuna shule kule Amaya, Tiati, tunaenda kufungua kesho, hiyo nimefurahia. Lakini Kabarnet na hii ya hapa sijafurahia.
Livestock farmers have been assured of full benefits once the project launched in 2018 is completed.
These were the scenes at the Kericho County headquarters Friday morning.
Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
Nurses employed on contractual basis lamenting what they term as a raw deal from the county government.
Kwa hii group yote mwenye anapata salary iko juu ni 28,000. 28,000 ukitoa hatuna allowance, nothing. Sisi wote tulikuwa exposed wakati wa corona. Some of us walipata corona, lakini hakuna mtu alipata COVID allowance. Tulifanya kazi the same environment na watu wa permanent and pensionable, lakini hao walipata allowance, sisi hatukupata.
The medical workers want a review of the current contract to reflect those of their counterparts who are employed on permanent and pensionable terms.
Tukue kama wale ambao wameandikwa kazi ambao wanapata zile marupurupu zao, huwezi ukapata kama una payslip, huwezi uka access loan. Kuna wengine hata hapa kwa 45 years they are still on contract. So hiyo ndio jambo ambalo tumeweza kukujia leo. Tutaka kuelekea kwa hizo maofisi tuweze kusikizwa.
According to the nurses, they are yet to be given the COVID-19 allowances despite putting their lives in danger while on duty.
Sisi wote tunafanya kazi kwa same conditions. So tunataka kujua hii pesa iko ama hakuna, hizi kazi ziko ama hakuna.
They are threatening to look for greener pastures in other counties if their concerns are not addressed.
People are demoralized. People are not feeling good. You are working with somebody who is earning more than you. How can you handle that? Utafanya aje? Itakuwa ni uchungu sana. Serikali iweze kuandika watu wa UHC juzi wakalipwa vizuri. Sasa wewe mwenyewe ambaye pengine hata uko wewe ni in charge mahali, unaweza simamia mtu ambaye ana earn kukushinda.
For Channel 1 News, I'm Ben Troenjoe.
Beauty College.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725 923 550 Nairobi branch, 0728 087 689 Eldoret branch, 0722 227428 Thika branch, 0725 000 706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET approved institution.
Tonight on KBC Channel 1.
I didn't hear you knocking.
Geti yenyewe ilikuwa kingeo. Huyo ni kama unamfungia hewa hivyo.
We have to create the boundaries between us and the workers.
Njoo tuzungumzie hapa nje. Hii list ulikuwa ume-exaggerate na how much?
3,000. Keep a very close eye on Lucy.
Sasa.
She's not as good as she seems.
I know a thing or two, so what are you looking for? I can help you.
I wanted to talk to you about business.
I'm not interested.
Good luck with that Australian company that was looking into partnering up with you.
This weekend on KBC Channel 1.
Yes, I am Holil. Why not? You don't know. Maybe you live in another planet. For Christ's sake, when will you break free from these maids and beliefs? Maybe she never will. Atito, what are you trying to prove?
Prove where? I have nothing to prove to you, mushroom head. Will someone feed us in?
You mean Hatat, eh? Right? Then why are you playing it? You think you are stupid?
But put your body self out of this. You have no idea what I'm speaking about.
Sati, you do guavas. I'm trying to concentrate here.
Hey, Kinyanjui, let the dude speak.
Oh, you want him to speak, eh? You want him to speak? He will not speak.
Next on.
Nakumbuka nilikuwa nimefungua macho but sioni. And the first thing niliuliza niko wapi mkono wangu. Because I wasn't feeling it. Nikaanza kuitafuta kabisa hadi nikiguza sisikii. Ilikuwa ishakufa ganzi kabisa.
Being told that it started like something to do with the polio. So, you know, those days parents still believe that it could be taken to maybe a medical doctor and a herbalist.
We were told to give him supplements for now because he was too young to know which are the injuries that he will go through in his ages as he grows.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
We all love a good trip down memory lane, and all it takes is for us to evoke the memory with these exciting matches that remind you of the good times as we look forward for more memorable moments.
The most striking feature of Sanchez's play has been his ability to score in the most acrobatic fashion, a skill no doubt inherited from a family of gymnasts.
Watch these epic matches every Saturday late afternoon, only on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Really gets past the first challenge and the keeper really made a hash of that.
There is much more in store for you this weekend on KBC Channel 1.
Tumefanya kazi za nje, za ndani, za usiri, za wazi, yani tumeshibana. Kando ya siasa, hata katika hii biashara, mimi nawaamini. This is my town, Godfather. I give tenders. Napeana. I know. And I'll serve a special one.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Si kwema hata kidogo.
Kunini tena?
Abdalla wakwenda kwa babake akafukuzwa.
tonight on KBC Channel 1.
I didn't hear you knocking.
Geti yenyewe ilikuwa kingeo. Huyo ni kama unamfungia hewa hivyo.
We have to create the boundaries between us and the workers.
Njoo tuzungumzie hapa nje. Hii list ulikuwa ume-exaggerate na how much?
3,000. Keep a very close eye on Lucy.
Sasa.
She's not as good